Well, here we are, the day before our big trip, 6 weeks away, and we should be home packing, but we're not because we're just show addicts. So there's actually a 4x4 caravan expo up at Gilwana Waters. So we're sneaking up there this morning to have a bit of a look. And yeah, we really should be home getting a little bit more organised, but it'll be right. We've had plenty of time. It doesn't seem to matter what we do. It always ends up a bit of a rush at the end, doesn't it?
It does.
It doesn't matter how organised you are. To think that I used to do it and I was working at the same time. I've had all this time, but it's only so much.
What have you been doing, John?
I know there's only so much that I can do, and you know that you can squeeze 7 litres of stuff in the back of the car, and I can only get 3.
Well, we'll see, because I haven't packed this one before.
Yeah, so that's a big learning curve as well for this trip.
Morning, John.
Morning, Liz. Excited?
Oh, very. I'm so looking forward to this trip.
It's just been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yes, it is. So, this is day one of a 6-week trip. There's been lots and lots of planning going into this trip to get it organised. You have to, once you start talking about doing a trip, you have to commit to a date.
Yeah, you do.
You really do. You have to go, okay, well, this is the date that we're going, this is the date we're going to start, and this is the date we're going to finish. For us, that's it at the moment. So once you've committed to your date, you can start planning. You can get some accommodation sorted if you need to do that. For example, we've got at least one caravan park booked for a couple of nights. We've got a couple of hip camps booked on the way. But it's these sorts of things. Not only is the accommodation, you've got to get your car sorted.
So in terms of the car, we're a bit fortunate because this is fairly new, but we made sure that, fuel tanks were topped up, checked all the fluid levels, windscreen washer, coolant, all that sort of stuff was spot on, ready, so we don't have to mess about with that on the way up. So that was, good, and because, we got away nice and early this morning and up over the Toowoomba Range, which is always a glorious drive.
Very definitely. And then our first stop was Dalby. And as you know, or you may not, for us, day one, breakfast's always Macca's. Yeah, I know. Maybe not the healthiest, but it's easiest for day one.
And it's almost like it's become a bit of a tradition, isn't it? It doesn't matter which way we go out of Brisbane. We've got McDonald's in the north, the west, and the south.
So it's McDonald's for breakfast. But after McDonald's, we also had to do another stop. We had to pick up something. We had a parcel we needed to pick up. And thank you, Golders in Dalby, for delivering on your promise. Well done.
Cool. And we'll show you that little surprise a little bit later on.
So what this trip is all about is that we've got 6 weeks and we're going to make our way to Mount Isa over about 4 or 5 days.
We've got a small engagement in Mount Isa. So we're going to have a few days there, and then we restock, and then we're going to head further north. And the ultimate goal is for somebody to catch a barramundi. So we're heading to King Ash Bay, and around that area we're going to spend some time there. Hopefully that's the plan, and hopefully the fish are aware of the plan.
But we all know that's why it's called fishing. It's not called catching. So hopefully you can catch a barramundi.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
Well, how easily we get distracted. After the golf, we have a spot at the Gregory that we found last time we were up that way. Then it's into Townsville to catch up with some family. Then we make our way down the coast with a couple of cracking campsites that we've flagged. So, guys, we invite you to come along on this trip with us, and we're pretty excited about about this particular trip, because it's been it's been quite a while, and the last few months have been pretty hectic. So it's just nice to be able to take a deep breath this morning and head away. So Muckadilla tonight, hopefully thereabouts, and we'll go from there.
Never stayed at the Muckadilla pub, but from all reports, it looks like it could be interesting. So that's our possible destination.
Not a bad place to start, I would have thought.
No.
That's about all from us at the moment, so we'll keep you updated. As I said, we hope you come along for the journey. We're going to call it the road to somewhere, we think. We always like to have a theme for these trips. If we change it, then don't crucify us, because this is what we've sort of thought of, thrown a few things around, and that's what we've come up with. So we'll see how that evolves. All right, guys. We'll knuckle down, burn some rubber on this black stuff, and we'll catch up with you soon. Bye.
Cheers for now. Here we are at Judd's Lagoon. Not a bad spot to stop for lunch. It's just before Yaliba. I'm going to show you what the water's looking like. As you can see, there's quite a bit of bird life about, even though there's not that much water down here. Still, it's a lovely spot to just come and camp for a day or two, or just call in for lunch. Yeah, it's quite pretty. So we are now booked into the Big Rig Roma Tourist Park for one night.
Yep.
And we've got tickets to the evening show at the Big Rig.
Looking forward to it.
So,
heard a lot about it. So
yes.
It's one of those things that as you say, we've been through it 100 times and never stopped. So this will be good. Looking forward to it.
So the Muckadilla pub will have to wait for another time.
We might have morning tea there tomorrow.
I don't know about that.
Let's see. All right.
We might have some shots, maybe.
Maybe.
Don't know whether we're allowed to.
Allowed to take cameras and whatever. We'll see how we go.
Big Rig. But I think we get to have a glass of port. So we'll see. Anyway.
All right. Catch
Bye
you
for
later.
now.
After getting set up, we thought we'd head down to the pub for dinner, which would have us back in time for the show. Well, that wasn't going to happen, as dinner didn't start until 30 minutes before the show, so it was back to camp for a quick snack.
Grain of sand, I'm drifting on it. So cold yet warm. When you hold me, when you close, I know, I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it brighter right through the gray.
So good morning. I'm at Roma's largest bottle tree. It's impressive behind me. It's not a boab, it's a bottle tree. Boabs are in Western Australia. This is a totally different species. Last night we booked into the Roma Big Rig Tourist Park, and we also booked into the night show at the Big Rig. Man, that was an impressive show. What did you think of the show last night, John?
Oh, what a cracker. That was just quite enlightening to understand the heritage and the support that they got from the Americans. because they'd been drilling for oil, because gas was the byproduct, but they were drilling for oil. The Americans came out and brought some of their kit out to try and extract some of the oil, and there was little bits, but never enough to make it commercial.
I think the first lot they got out was 1,000 litres, but it was pure oil.
Yeah, there was.
From what she said.
Yep. So anyway, you've got to come and have a look at the story. There's a bit of, they show you around the place first, some of the gear, and then sort of give you the history and the story associated with the oil exploration in Roma, and ultimately how they ended up with the gas.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a great show.
Great show.
Yep.
Great show. So
Okay.
today, where are we going today?
Advale.
Advale.
It's
Cool.
just up the road.
About four and a bit hours.
Yes.
So we're going to head up there, take our time. We might even stop at the
Muckadilla pub
for morning tea if it's open. It probably, luckily they might serve coffees, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, because it might be a bit early for a beer.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, we'll catch you guys on the road. Cheers.
See ya.
The Mucka pub, 40 kilometres west of Roma, had been the heart and soul of the small Maranoa community for more than a century. It was made famous by Jeff Mack's song, I've Been Everywhere. But when Muckadilla's pub burnt down in 2019, like most small country towns, the pub is the centre place, locals feared the outback town with just 60 residents would disappear off the map. 2 years and a global pandemic later, a resurrected Mucka pub is open for business to cater for thirsty locals and visitors alike.
Muckadilla pub, eh? So here it's a bit early. This is all new territory to us.
It is Advale, so just out of Charleville, and it's about 170 k's, 178 k's. Somewhere that we haven't been before, so we've got a bit of time, so we're going to sort of route around the normal way that you would go, and have a bit of a sticky beat.
Yeah, so looking forward to something new. I think we've got blue stuff to start with, and I think we might get into some gravel, but we'll wait and see. Well, this was Advale Police Station lockup. Bars are on the walls. There's the door. You can check out the prisoner.
Like all small country towns, this is no exception, with the buildings steeped in history and stories of the past. Like Dr. Malcolm Webb, who arrived in town in 1889, a brilliant young man from Manchester whose academic qualifications were equalled by only one other doctor in Australia at the time. Dr. Webb never left Advale, dying there some 30 years later. Well, Ada Vale, not unlike lots and lots of other little towns in outback Queensland that sort of started and then almost but disappeared. This little town was brought about by the discovery of opal in the area, and then obviously then the pastoral industry took over. So it was the hub for the pastoralists, for the shearers, all the transient workers. It was also a cob and coach stopping point, so there was always people here to get the horses ready, all sashed up and ready to go. But years gone by, it had a hospital, cordial factory.
Yep.
What else, Liz?
There were 2 pubs.
2 pubs, yeah.
Yep. Most places have at least 1 pub. This had 2. And there's still 1 left, which is the Ada Vale Hotel, which we're sitting on the steps of.
Well, it is, yeah. We called in yesterday afternoon, had a chat to the owner. It was really, what was the word I want? Probably, like the information that he shared was awesome, about the history of the place, and gave us a few bits and pieces to sort of ponder on. So yeah, really quaint little place.
There's about 20 people left living here now, but he gave us a historical self-guided tour, so he's given us a map so we can walk around and see what was where, and there, the remnants may still be here of some of the buildings, but they started in, I think the first store was in 1884, and it was a tent back then.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
Yep, and there's some images of the mail carts, and mail cars are certainly no issues with GBM and GCM back then.
They were overloaded, some of them.
It's a wonder they got where they were going,
yeah.
For sure. All right, we might just give you a poke around some of these places that Liz has just spoken about, and then for us today, we head through to
just past Longreach, a place called Dunblane.
Dunblane, yeah. So we're looking forward to that. We read a bit about it, found it on Hip Camps. It's a bit of a special place, so we're looking forward to tonight.
We'll tell you more about it when we get there.
Absolutely. Righto. Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Bye. The Greengate Hotel lasted until 1974, and then it was burnt down by a fire. There goes that pub.
After a look around the old town, it was time for us to head off. This was a great free camp with toilets, showers, and across the road from the pub. What more could you ask for? Truly is a wonderful country. While we travel on well-maintained roads, one can only ponder the past years when they would endure many hours in the harsh heat and dust of outback tracks.
The same old dirt road, dropping the kids off to school. Life has just been passing by. I've been doing the best I can, but it's a pretty neat sunrise.
It's not long before we find the turn into the property. Now to follow the instructions to find the gate. The track meanders through black soil plains while we make our way to camp.
Well, just give us a minute and I'll go and undo that. Well, it looks very inviting. Let's go check this out. Hey? It's a big solar panel. What do you think, John?
Well, this is okay. This is different to what I saw. This is not. It was big, but I think they might have been that one over there, and they've made it a little bit more practical.
Right, let's just get the man in action. Is that hot?
Yep. Get my bath ready.
You've got a kink in it.
Yeah. So I'm getting my bath ready.
Get your bath ready, John.
You need to turn the tap up. Look at where it was inside. Draining out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, let's set up the...
So it wasn't tight.
Right, we'll leave that.
Yep, now we should
Now we'll set up our camp area.
Well, I've been delegated to beer assistant this afternoon because somebody is already living it up in the pond. Now let me just show you. We said that when we arrived that we were a little bit of a unique spot, and hang on, we just hand over the drinky drinkies.
Yep. Shit. Yep. That was a dead one.
There you go.
Hello all. This is an artisan hot tub. You have to put the water in early because it's 45 degrees. So you need to let it cool down a little bit before you can immerse your body in the warm water. Cheers.
There you go. Beer's delivered. So I've done my job. Now I can get in too. We'll catch us all later on. We might even throw the drone up. I think it's going to be a cracking sunset. You can just see a few clouds and things about, so we're looking forward to it. See you later on. Cheers.
You can't turn the tide. Let the water go where it wants to go. You can run and hide. You can bury yourself beneath the stones. Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice. Don't let your fear decide. That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. me take a breath. Let me be a part of something real. Someone said it's better when you hold on to a helping hand. Sometimes we could all use a friend.